Hello. Do you want to have the godly powers? Do you want to be able to create anything you want? Do you want to be able to make the things appear out of nowhere? Can we? How is it possible? Let's see if it is possible. How can anything be created? First of all, we have to understand what is the creation. To create something means that this something must exist. There are two forms of existence. One that occupies the space and the second that doesn't occupy the space. Confusing? Let me explain. The creations that occupy space have the physical form, like stones, trees, water, and etc. The creations that don't occupy space have non-physical form, like science, music, literature, video games, and etc. Both of them are created and both of them exist. Humans are creating the non-physical forms of creation. So generally, the humans are capable of creating. What about the physical forms? The humans are capable of changing the form and the substance of the physical forms of creation. For example, curving the statue out of the stone or turning wheat into the bread. The humans are also able to join the physical and non-physical forms of creation together. For example, the money. It has a physical form and at the same time the non-physical form. The value. There is a good old saying, follow the money. This is exactly where the clue is. The money is printed on the paper. This paper on its own doesn't have much value, but we can buy gold with it. Right? Even more interesting is the cryptocurrency. It doesn't even have the physical form, but has the value. So what gives the value to money? The value to money gives the fact that the group of humans collectively agreed to award value to money. In the simple words, we all know that money has value. Now, when something exists, every human must see, feel, smell, taste, and hear this item. This means that the information received through our five senses acknowledge the item's existence. In simple words, if we all see something, then it exists. Accordingly, if we all receive the same information through our five senses about some item, then it will exist. In simple words, if all of us will see some item, it will exist. So in order to create a physical item, all we have to do is to make all the humans to receive the same information trough their five senses about the item that we want to create. In simple words, if we want to create some item, we have to make everyone to see this item. So, is this possible? And how to do this? The legitimate question question arises. If it is possible, why nobody does it? Well, first of all, do you know that nobody does it? If you had such abilities, would you let anyone know? The people would be getting in line to ask you for favors like to give them a sports car or a house or something else. You would get tired of them. So I think you would keep your ability to yourself. From the other hand, we have the example of someone having this ability. Jesus Christ. Of course you will say that Jesus was God, and of course God has this ability. But the Bible gives us a very important clue. Jesus Christ was a human incarnation of God. So technically he was human. Let's get back to the main topic. How to make everyone to see an item. In other words, how to connect with all the minds and make them see what we want them to see. In order to learn how to do it, we have to study quantum physics, neurology, psychology, and Bible. What? You want to play God and don't even want to study for it? But don't worry. You don't have to fundamentally study all of this. I will tell you what you need to know. Quantum physics explains that two particles can share the information instantly no matter how far they are from each other. Albert Einstein called it the spooky action on the distance. Moreover, they can share the information even when they are not in the physical form. They can do it in the superposition. The quantum computers are based on this principle. There are lots of videos on the internet referring this topic. Now, we know that the mind receives the information from 5 senses, but in reality the mind can also receive the information directly. For example, when we try to remember some item, our mind sees that item, but it don't see it trough the eyes. It sees the item directly. The next question arises. Can the mind connect with another mind? This needs to be clarified in more detail, but the answer is yes. The fact is that pregnant women feel the feelings of their baby. This means that the baby's mind is somehow connected to the mother's mind. This topic must be investigated deeper. We must understand that besides the mind, the humans also have consciousness. The mind thinks and the consciousness feels. The mind is connected to consciousness. That's why we can feel our thoughts. In the situation of a pregnant mother and the baby, the mind of a baby is not connected directly to the mind of the mother. The mind of a baby is connected to the consciousness of the baby. The consciousness of the baby is connected to the consciousness of the mother, and the consciousness of the mother is connected to the mind of a mother. In other words, the consciousness is used as a middleman to connect two minds. The consciousness connects to another consciousness. How does it do that? The consciousness is the most sophisticated part of the human intelligence. The scientists are not able to define nor explain it. But let's try to study what we know. First of all, we have to understand that the consciousness feels. Accordingly, it can feel the emotions. We are experiencing lots of different emotions. Some emotions make us feel happy or sad. Some give pleasure or pain, etc. The emotions we need to study are the ones that assists the connection. Such emotions are the attraction, caring for someone, and love. These emotions make us want to unite or connect with someone. But something is preventing the connection. For this can be responsible the emotions like hate and shame. Also, the most important of the emotions preventing the connection are the filling of personality and the ego. So, what do we do when we plan to achieve some goals? We try to avoid or destroy the obstacles and use the tools that can assist us in achieving our goal. Now we have to define which emotions are the obstacles and which are the tools for achieving our goal. Consequently, the obstacles are the hate, shame, feeling of personality, and the ego. The tools are the attraction, caring for someone, and love. To learn how to use these emotions, we need to refer to the Bible. The first thing that the Bible tells us is to know ourselves. This is the best place to start. We need to learn how our emotions work and how to control them. As a matter of fact, the Bible teaches us exactly that. To learn this is not an easy process, and it can take quite a long time. I don't think that I can fit it in this video, so I will explain it in my following videos. Meanwhile, I think that I gave you enough information to get started and start studying yourselves. I'll see